So Replit is ChatGPT basically. It looks like this. It's kind of like ChatGPT, where you have on the left-hand side you've got your chat prompts, and then it feeds back to you there. And on the right-hand side, it's a preview window for the website or the software app that you want to build. And it's not like it just makes you the UI and here's a nice little website for you, like going on Wix. Nah, this thing can do basically anything software, any process you want. So companies like Salesforce, Monday.com, Procore, Adobe, if they're a software service company, not a company that's a bricks and mortar or a hard asset backed company like Amazon that's got a software frontage, or a broadcaster like YouTube, or a network like Facebook, I think they're going to be fine for now. But these software providers, like this one tool, this one technology completely destroys their entire marketplace, because we've gone on here and with $160, we've built 3 new landing pages, a whole new website, a whole new proposition document sales funnel thing that we can do, and we've R&D'd a load of other small ideas for $160. And the website we've built is like the quality of it, the quality you can create, it'd be like an $8,000 website or a $10,000 website. Like it's insane what you can do. And our plan is to completely recreate the software base and the task management system for the whole company. And you can literally do it prompting it. And it's not perfect yet, but it's really, really close. And I think within the year, easily.
There was another website that was doing that, because I built a CRM on one doing the same thing. Because I was like, oh, we need a CRM to do something specifically, and I didn't want to. Same thing. I'm going to try and find the name. Actually, I'll come back to you.
Absolutely crazy how if you wanted to set up a startup business and you had like a very smart like integrated API into your website, so front end and back end, you would be waiting months, probably outsource it to India to be coded, and then you'd have to deal with £1,000 per week being spent on this website. Whereas now, like Ryan said, within the drop of the hat of a few days, you could pretty much create whatever you need, which is absolutely mental. And it's just digital. It's just a digital world getting easier and cheaper and faster, and that's kind of obviously the back end of it. But yeah, I think weirdly the world is going to go into a place where like there's more appreciation for like just natural stuff, like spending time with people, and like the way that like some AI videos now, they're actually like better quality imagery than actually a recording, so you don't know what's real anymore. And I think it is going to go down, I think all business and everything is going to go much more down the authentic and raw way of presenting media and marketing experiences, because digital is becoming such an easy thing. Like a 6-year-old kid can build their own website now.
Yeah.
Like it's just nuts.
Yeah,
if things become easier, that's what my mind absolutely blows. Because if things get cheaper, if things become easier and people want simpler life, but things become more expensive, what happens to this divide where you just go, the prices are going up and up and up, and people are doing less and less and less, and aspire to do less things?
I put the video in the ground up WhatsApp group that we got. I think it was called Bubble Apps, which yours looks, the one you just pulled up, Ryan, looks a bit better actually. But the thing I built, which is a CRM for land, I did that, which I put in the group. I kid you not, I did that in 15 minutes, literally 15 minutes. And it was through prompts as well, AI prompts of what I want the website to be like. I actually used ChatGPT to help me refine the prompts, because the more clear you can make your prompts, the better the website will be. And within 15 minutes, it made, a fairly decent foundation level CRM. It just needed to look aesthetically a lot better. But I think the technology, though, on the road that's going, I can definitely see in a short space of time from now, websites and bespoke tools can be built through prompts, which is quite bad.
And sophisticated ones as well. They're more sophisticated.
So we actually found Replit because the owner did a interview on Diary of the CEO and Daniel Priestley. So I'd recommend you go and watch that. Yeah, I mean it's nice. Dorian, I just watched this video. I'm very interested in the background music that you've got there. It sounds like Austrian techno that you've got playing on the background.
So I when I work best to high beats per minute music, because my body just naturally, it feeds me energy. So I listen to a lot of like rave style music, I would say, or songs that have been remixed to high beats per minute. Yeah.
That's fucking mad, that, mate. I couldn't distract me so much. I'd be like, fuck, do I rave or do I work? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of my staff say that to me as well, but that's how I operate best. You talk about the word flow, how you get into flow. Well, for me, it's literally having high BPM in the background and just boom.
I listen to Phil Collins typically when I'm, or Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, I'll give you a bit of that, mate. But can we just touch on this this idea that this service sector, this service sector of Monday.com's, Salesforce, and there's a litany of others, $1 trillion sector is just obsoleted by this one thing. The big thing I love about it is it empowers the SME. Now the business owner no longer is constrained by, I need to employ a software developer or a web designer. It's just, I could just make it like that. And it makes being an entrepreneur, being a business owner easier. And that's the fortitude that technology gives us. As technology gets better, it generally empowers the individual more. And then the government has to figure out how to regulate it so that it doesn't empower the individual too much, so that they can consolidate that and give it to the incumbents. And that kind of happens all the time. But technology, the force function of it now, is rolling ahead. And a software like this, everyone who's listening, you've got to go and try, replicate out and test it. And it will be like an eye-opener. It's a whole new way of interacting with the internet. It's mad.
I don't think there'll be a complete loss of a service, because there's a lot of people that just are unable to technically, even if it's just prompting like we're talking about, there's a generation that just will struggle to do that, and when something breaks, they want someone else to deal with it.
What's going to happen to those guys though, Jack? They're going to fucking lose, aren't they?
They will lose, but I'm not worried about them winning. If you're not first, you're last. We'll be fine creating our own websites, but I do think there'll still be a market of people that just, will want that customer service and someone else to deal with problems, because you do get bugs. That's the problem. If you're generating a platform with a robot, there'll be bugs, and when that bug has a problem, you've then got to go in and ask you've got to prompt it to fix it.
I speak to our AI guy a lot about this, because the bug part, you're absolutely right. The bug part is the tricky thing for AI at the moment, but the reason it's tricky is because the AI struggles to see the bigger picture of the software architecture, but they're going to get better. And when they get better, the bugs they're going to be flawless. You better build a flawless piece of tech.
So I was chatting to one of our surveyors who's like really, really techie. And he said one of the biggest problems with a robot manifested like coder is you start somewhere and then you go, oh, and add this on. Oh, and can we do this? Oh, and can we do this? And he said it creates such a complicated web, because it basically starts somewhere and finishes, and when wherever you are, you've done such a windy road, but all that original code is still sat original. So your adaptation basically, becomes Chinese whispers, for an example. And he said the beauty of a person coding is you start from scratch. You go, oh, okay, well, if we're going to do that now, I'll do this. And you build a cleaner model if you don't have a reference point from before. And I suppose you could say, could you just recode it in a more simple form now, knowing what the outcome is? But he said the problem with that is really bug heavy, like more bug heavy than if it was a human.
And I think that more established businesses, like I built our CRM, 10 years ago, we paid just shy of 20 grand a year for Salesforce. I think they've just reduced some prices for us, but I'm still sitting there thinking, I love the idea. And if I had the energy to sort of redesign the whole model, but I love the fact I can pick up the phone and go, I just need to do this, this and this, and someone will fix it. They've got millions and millions of hours of technical support there that can be solved within 5 minutes. And very often I don't have to get involved at all. The office will just call the helpline. They'll sort out what they're trying to do, fix a field or relationship between this and that. And it's just job done. Where I would hate to rebuild 350, 380 steps in a machine that then ultimately all lies in my head. Exactly what Jack just said. I just think there will still be that 5-10-year play where I think businesses that are already established just won't move. If someone else wanted to use this bit of software and charge me a couple of grand to build the whole thing and be responsible for it, I think I'd much rather go with that.
I think if you're a software business and you're a software service business, or you offer consultancy online or something like that, I think it has a much higher impact, changing your CRM, changing your software offering, and doing it proprietary rather than through like a generalized product service like a Monday.com. I think that's a big impact for businesses like ours, where really the net benefit of our business, where we can make improvements that actually affect the bottom line, are in the real world. Like we have to move atoms from here to there. We have to do real things. But the software can alleviate and help, and collect data and do things that give us an advantage, but it will take longer to play out. So in that sense, I agree. But I still think those that build proprietary software systems that work perfectly and flawlessly for their business model, architectured for their exact use case, rather than it's a bit clunky, it doesn't quite do the thing we want, so we make these provisions and contingencies so the software does the thing that we want in our use case. And that's what's wrong with these generalized product platforms. Those that use a proprietary system are going to win.
There's a lot of businesses now, isn't there, that literally are being built off of AI, but you would never know. So when sometimes you go to a video editing team or you go to a website builder, that they can still market themselves, they're doing it, but they just take all the data, whack it through AI, and then spit it back to you and make a margin. I mean, that's the new opportunity, I think, is once you've mastered one of these AIs and you can build it into your business, then you can effectively scale.
Yeah, I think that's a transition though. The free market will level the free market will level that out, because they'll have then a competitor that's half the price.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you go and subscribe to the Ground Up Podcast.